I'd like to code our own Gobuster. As you know, Gobuster is very powerful directory enumeration tool. As you can see over here, we can use the option of U to specify the URL of the target, and then use the option of W to specify the word list. And then optionally, we can use the X option to specify the extensions. And as you can see over here, some banners and also the result, which could be printed out. And also if the user interrupt or stop the program by pressing the key, the Control and the C, and then the program can be terminated. Next, I'd like to use Python to write our own Gobuster. So enough said, let's just get started. I will use the Metasploit as a target to enumerate. The first module I'd like to import is requests. This module can allow us to send and receive the response, send the request and receive response from the web application. The next module I'd like to import is OPT pass. This can process the arguments, okay? And the next I'd like to import is sys, and also I'd like to import the from URL lib pass import URL join. So we can use this method to concatenate the strings to be URL. We do not need to manually calculate strings. Okay, so next I will show you. And in this program, I'd like to use object-oriented programming. And so we can start main, and we can we of course we need to define the class. The class name would be enumerate, and we want to run this method, although we didn't define yet. So next we can define class enumerate. I miss E. So now we can define the class block. The first method would be for the class would be init method. For now we just pass. Do not do anything, and we want to process the arguments, params, self, and I want to use this module OPT pass. And how do we? First of all, we need to create instance for this class. We can use the parser as the variable or the name for this instance. And now we can OPT pass, and we can define the usage. The first option would be URL, and the word list. And optionally, we can specify the extension option like PHP, HTML, text, sys, archive the first element in this list. And then we can add option. The first option would be URL dest URL, and the type is string. And we can define the help, specify URL to enumerate. Then we can add the second option. Second option would be W, and the long name is word list. Dest word list. The type is also string. And then we can help specify word list. Optionally, user can specify the extension option. Just Gobuster does. Okay, the long name is extensions. And then we can store into the same names. Okay, and the type is string. And help optionally define or specify extensions of the file. Okay, and now we can use the method to capture the options value and parser, and we need to make conditional if options URL is none. It means that the user forgot to specify the URL, and then the program will be stopped. Or options word list is none, and then we can print out the usage, and then we can exit the program. Okay, and if, of course, also we need to check whether the word list is available. So we can, of course, we need to utilize another built-in module, OS. So if OS pass exists, the options word list. If not, it means that this word list doesn't exist. So we can print some error message. The word list does not exist. Then we can exit the program. And also we need to, if the user specify the extension, so if the options, the extensions, and then we can return all of them. Options, the URL, options, word list, options, the extensions, all right? Else, or return options, URL, options, word list, okay? So we can go back to the init method, and we can, if the length self-get is 3. Oh, sorry. Is equal 3, it means that the user specified the extension. So we can self URL to put into the attribute of the object. So we can self get the first one, self word list, self get the second, self extensions, self the third one. Of course, at this moment, this one is strings. We want to convert to the list, and to do that, we can use the split, and the separator would be comma. Otherwise, the self URL so of course this I think we can put in front of the conditional, and then we can self extensions should be list, and the list is empty. All right, so next we need to define the method to retrieve the page from the web application. We can test page, and the parameter should be word. All right, and then we can, the URL should, we can use URL join, and the base URL is self URL, and combine to the words. Okay, so now we can response requests get URL, no problem. And if response status code is 200, it means that this directory or file exists, and we can put some tab, and we need to check, so we can copy here, and we status, and here should be integer, and the word, oh yeah, this should be word, and should be len response content. Okay, I think no problem. So next we need to define the major method or run method. Define run, and we can with open self word list. The mode is read only as F. Of course, we can use the read lines to read each word. However, if the word list is very huge, very big, and this will have a problem. So another way, more reliable, would be use loop. So how to do? We can while true, and we can try pass. If the user press Ctrl and C to stop, we can capture this exception print. We can print out exiting the program now, and then we can cease, can exit the program, and if the program has any other exception, we can use E variable to capture the error message. Something is wrong. E. Okay, and then we can exit the program. So now we can write. So the line should be F, read the line. And if the line starts with this one, it means that this is the committed line, and we just continue. However, sometimes when use this method to read or retrieve each line, we have some exception. We can use another try and except to capture such exception. So for such exception, we just pass. We do not need to do anything. And okay, so now we can self test, and should be the line. Of course, we need to remove space at the end of the words. And however, if the length of self extensions 0 means that the user has already specified the extension option. So now we can loop again for the extent in self extension. This is a list, and then we can run this. We should combine the line and also the extension. Maybe I need to add some space. So I think that's it. Now we can debug this program to see whether this program can run properly. Okay. Now we go back the terminal, so we can use, maybe we can use Python dir, and we can specify the Metasploit to as target. Let's press enter. As you can see, oh sorry, I think we need to, we can exit the program. I think we can put the banner if you want, but I do not want to do that because this part would be very easy. Okay, so also if you want to enumerate out the extension, for example, we can enumerate the DVWA application, and then we can use the X option. Press enter. There's some problem. I'd like to quit because the program didn't scan this word with the extension. So maybe there's some error. So how to do? If. Oh, not this one. Sorry about that. This should be else. And then we can, I think this time, can run properly. Hopefully, as you can see now, can enumerate out the file rather than directory. Okay, so that's it. I'd like to see you in the next one. Bye.